Now let's do a full attack using EtherCAP. This attack will depend on intercepting traffic and changing traffic. And before showing you the attack, let me show you a scenario. So this is my victim machine. It has a Windows 8. It could be a mobile, it could be anything. It has Windows 8. And notice that when I try to go to a specific website, and this actually works on any platform. So sorry, if I try to go to a Microsoft website, okay, let's type here Microsoft.com. Microsoft.com. So we have internet connectivity, and when you type any website, he's going to this website. And if we try to ping on Microsoft.com, let me show you Microsoft IP. So if I try to ping on this website to see if we have a connectivity with it or not, Microsoft.com. He's pinging, and so we have internet connectivity, and this is the IP of Microsoft. It starts with 104. Okay, now getting back to our Kali Linux machine. Now we're going to intercept the traffic, but we need to intercept the traffic, and whatever traffic will be intercepted, it needs to be modified. And I'm going to focus on DNS traffic. Now, what is DNS exactly? DNS is a service that change from name to IP. I mean, when you type Microsoft.com, router cannot understand that. You have to translate it to Microsoft IP to be able to reach it. So what will happen if we poison this IP? If we change the right or the correct Microsoft IP and put a fake Microsoft website? Once the victim type Microsoft.com, it will be translated to fake IP for Microsoft, fake page. And the user will be taken to this fake page. Let me show you how to do that. But before doing that, the only thing that needs some effort in EtherCAP is that if you need to apply those plug, you need to do some modification. So let's take DNS. We're going to make a modification in DNS. Any DNS traffic, it will be modified according to some rules that we're going to implement right now. So we need to go here into the ETC. So we go to other location and go to computer and go to ETC. And ETC, there is a folder called EtherCAP, where this folder has all the configuration file. So when you plan to implement some plugin, some modification need to be done according to the plugin. And as you can see, we have like 4 files. Our file that we're going to change is called ether.dns. This is the file that we need to do some modification inside. Now, you can change from here, but actually it's confusing me because the font is too big and I don't want to spend time changing and so on. So I'm going to repeat the step, but from the command line. So I'm going to open a terminal, and we need to locate a file. So the file name is ether.dns. And as you can see, this is the location of the file. So I need to modify from the command line. You can do from the GUI. I'm just showing you different option. Nano, and you put the full path. Sorry. Copy and paste. And he opens the file. Now it's readable file. I mean, you can read exactly what do you need to change, but let me brief you instead of let you search. And you need to go to the place that doesn't have those hash, especially, where is it? This one, Microsoft.com, or those 3 record. So here is telling you, whenever someone inside the network is going to Microsoft, I usually translate that to Microsoft IP. And this is right Microsoft IP. Or start.microsoft.com. I mean, it could be Microsoft.com, it could be portal.microsoft.com, or local.my, anything related to Microsoft, I'm sending it to this IP. Or www. So what he's trying to say is that anyone is going to any Microsoft website or something related to Microsoft website, it's redirected to the regular Microsoft website. Now, what will happen if I change those IP and I put another IP? Whoever need to go to Microsoft, it will go to this IP. What if I change that and I put Facebook and I put fake Facebook page? It will do the same. Or Twitter or so on. So it's not about Microsoft website, it's about the concept. So if this work, you can change this Microsoft.com and put a fake Microsoft web page, and the user will never feel that he went to a fake page. So let's see. What I'm gonna do right now as a proof of concept, I'm gonna let whoever go to Microsoft will be redirected to Google, for instance. So I need to open another terminal because I need to get Google IP. So let's type ping www.google.com, and you'll see that Control C, this is the Google IP 208.117.231.187. Excellent. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go here, and we're going to change those 3 IP and put the Google IP. Paste, and then paste, and then last one and paste, and we are set to go. So I need to save this file, so I'm going to click on Control X and click on yes and enter. Now let's run ethercap minus capital G, and let's do the same step. Ethercap minus capital G, and let's follow the step from the previous lecture, where I need to go to sniff and choose the first one to identify which network I'm going to sniff, the wired or the wireless. Then go to host and scan for host, and sometimes you may need to do scan more than one time because he's not detecting all the machine from the first time. So it's better to do it twice. But anyway, I'm going to do it right one more time, scan for host. And it seems that he finds 5 hosts. I know that they are 5. Oh, now it's 6, yeah. And second step, see, by doing more than one scan, you get more machines. So you have to repeat that a couple of times. Then go to host and go to host list. And as I told you, we need to identify the gateway. This is my gateway, add as target 1. And then I can identify the Windows 8 computer as target 2, or I can keep all the machine to be DNS poisoning. So I'm going to keep the remaining of the machine, and then we'll go to MTM. No, before going to MTM or before going to start sniffing, we need to go to plugins and manage plugins and activate the DNS spoof, which is the file that we did the modification in a few seconds ago. So by clicking here and make sure you have a sign beside this plugin, that means any traffic that will be intercepted by the Kali Linux machine, it will apply the content of this file on it. So I need to make sure that this one is active. Then going back to man the middle, R poisoning, and choose the first one, sniffer remote connection, and click on OK, and then start sniffing, and let's see if it's gonna work or not. So going to my Windows 8 machine, you remember a few seconds ago we were pinging on Microsoft and we are getting a reply from Microsoft server, and those are the Microsoft server IP, right? Let's ping one more time on Microsoft. See, we are getting the reply from the IP that we added to the file, the Ethernet ether.dns file. Let's try to go to Microsoft.com, refresh the page. It's cached, so we need to close and open it one more time. Microsoft.com, And as you can see, it has been redirected to Google, but the amazing part that the URL has Microsoft.com. So according to that, if it's not about Microsoft and Google, if you change the website from Microsoft to Twitter or Facebook or any other websites that need credential, and then redirect those requests to a fake pages that look like exactly like those pages, user will never, or victim will never feel that it has been redirected. Besides, creating a fake website is quite easy. In the hacking Android section, we're going to take a tool called Social Engineering Toolkit that is used for doing that in a few steps. So it's not that hard to create a fake website and to activate a web server on your Kali Linux and to redirect the traffic. So keep in mind this attack, and then later on you're going to see how to associate this attack with another attack that will be taking in Social Engineering Toolkit in the Android section.